As mothers, we know all about life's tricky transitions. Ollie helps me and mine prioritize our wellness through every stage. Need a multitasking multivitamin that keeps up with you? How about an essential prenatal for you and baby? Or a new daily vitamin your teen won't spit out? Ollie's got you through it all. Life's tricky. Your wellness routine shouldn't be. Get what you need at Ollie.com. That's OLLY.com.
Ollie!
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Due to an unforeseen issue, namely my computer crashing and losing my entire file for this week's episode, and me being unable to recover it or re-record it on time for release tomorrow, I'm having to scrap it until next week. I didn't want you to go without though, so I'm re-releasing an older episode. But this episode is one that you might see popping back up in the news if you haven't already. I recorded and released it exactly 2 years ago today. This one is for former OnlyFans and Instagram model Courtney Clenney. I won't go into the details here. You'll hear those in the episode, but she's been having more court hearings recently and is still being held in jail awaiting full trial. Without any further, let's find out what she did. Y'all have a good one.
One operator down. What is the address of your emergency?
Well, now I'm gonna go.
Okay, ma'am, please.
3101. It's 130, so 130. I'm gonna die.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
3101. I'm gonna die. I can't feel my arm. 3101. I can't feel my arm.
Domestic violence is without a doubt one of the worst and most dangerous things that can be called into the police. Obviously, it's dangerous to those involved, but sometimes it can be dangerous to police and other responders, and sometimes even people surrounding those involved. The heightened emotions that happen because of the relationship can push what might be a simple argument into threats, violence, and sometimes murder. Both sides in a domestic violence situation will have their own version of what happened. There could be truth to one or both of the stories, but one or both also might be a complete lie of what happened. This makes the job of dispatchers and police very difficult. We're trying to get a good lock on what occurred. We want statements and evidence. We want to figure out who was the aggressor and who was the victim. But what happens if you can't figure out who is the victim? Welcome back to Music City 911. The very brief portion of that 911 call we just heard, we're going to circle back around to that later. If it wasn't obvious in the intro, I'm going to be talking about a domestic violence case that's being talked about on various news and true crime sources and has been for the past little bit. This one is about the case against Courtney Clenney, or better known to some by her OnlyFans and Instagram name, Courtney Taylor. Courtney's 26 years old and has been on Instagram since 2013. I'm not exactly sure when she jumped over and started posting on OnlyFans, but since she started doing that, she's apparently raked in some pretty decent money. For those of you who don't know about OnlyFans, it's a paid site that people can post nude and sometimes pornographic pictures and videos on. Sometime in the past couple years, Courtney started dating a man named Christian Obumseli, a cryptocurrency investor just a year older than Courtney. That relationship was far from ideal. Numerous times during that relationship, arguments turned into more than just words and got violent. One of which Courtney was arrested for in a hotel called the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas back a little over a year ago in 2021. Her charge was domestic battery. Police were called at around 5 a.m. by security there at the hotel who said they were holding both of them because of the battery. Police got to the scene and started taking statements. Kristen told police that he was asleep on the couch and was woke up by Courtney asking him to come to bed. Kristen said that he was upset because all they had done since they got to Vegas was drink and sleep. They got into an argument, at which point Kristen said a nasty word towards her, and she then threw a glass towards him and almost hit him in the head. Courtney also said that in the past, she had thrown several items at him, things like glasses and plates. She also commented that he wasn't physically violent towards her at all, and at that point, she was arrested. The local district attorney dropped the case about a month later. Their relationship seemed to have a lot of ups and downs, but mostly downs. They broke up more than once, but would get back together. The arguments and violence continued. Video was released of an incident that happened in the elevator of their apartment building. I won't be able to play that here on the show because there was no audio to it. It was video only. To give a brief description of what happened, the elevator doors open and you first see Courtney getting in the elevator. Keep in mind that this is in a luxury apartment building and the elevator has a digital interface instead of a normal button type layout that you would see on an elevator. She gets in the elevator and pushes on the screen and then hits it a couple times. At that point, Kristen enters the elevator and she turns her anger towards him, pushing him and hitting him several times, with the most of what he did was try to hold her under his arm to what looks like temporarily restrain her. That only lasted a couple seconds before he let go and she started grabbing at his hair and hitting him again. I'm not sure if police were called to the scene at that point, but I don't believe they were. Fast forward a couple months, and police get another call there at the same apartment building. There's audio from the officer's body-worn cameras, and I'll play that, but first to sort of paint a picture of who is there and where they're at. They're inside the lobby of that apartment building, and when officers walk up, an employee working the desk and Courtney are both standing there. The audio I'm going to play is pretty long, but I wanted to play the entire thing. That way you get an idea of everything that goes into a initial police investigation with something like this. After the first round of questions, they go to an elevator to walk Courtney back up to her apartment to make sure that Kristen is not there. Afterwards, you'll hear this in the video as well, they go back down to the lobby and explain some things to the employees working there.
Hello? 3131. You guys called? They did? Okay. Sorry, man. You're good.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
And they're all like just in the Hi. All I did was go walk the dogs. Oh my god, and that freaking security guard who lied about it was
Is she part of the problem?
Yeah. We had a domestic dispute. Basically, she lives. Can you please let me into my apartment? Please? Yes.
Excuse me, hold on. What's going on?
Okay.
Where's your apartment? Do you have a key?
We have.
Ma'am, you don't need to talk to him. Where's your key? Where's your key?
In my apartment.
So you got locked up. Okay. Okay, and where's your ID or anything so you can let him know that you live in the apartment?
In my apartment.
So everything is in your apartment?
It's all under my name. I pay the whole rent. He has never paid a freaking dime of rent. And he somehow made like friends with everybody around here. I broke up with him. He slept. My mom came out, okay? My mom came out to like help me break up with him and I just couldn't do it. He slept in my elevator room inside of a couch. I hope that there's like cameras. He slept inside of a couch in my elevator room, which is stalking because he wasn't supposed to be.
Okay,
there. But I never would have called the police because I wanted to do that.
So you didn't call?
I didn't. Nobody.
I called.
You called.
Okay.
But on
Okay, hold on, ma'am. Let him talk.
Okay, that's fine.
Ma'am, hold on. Go ahead.
The front desk personnel, this young lady, I was actually, with the other guy. We were walking around. We came back. She informed us that
Who's she?
the front desk personnel.
Okay.
She informed us that Miss Courtney, her boyfriend, was trying to get into the elevator with
Okay.
her, but she had like this.
Okay.
And she had her hands out like this, and she was like, "Oh no, don't come inside the elevator."
Okay.
So initially, me and him we went upstairs because he was down here for a long period of time. So we engaged in a conversation with her. We spoke to her. We said, "Do you want him to come up because he can't lounge in the lobby area because you know why? Because he's been just laying around on the couch and everything else. And some of the residents was feeling like, why is he here and everything else."
Okay.
So we asked her. I said, "Do you want him to leave the property?" She said no. She don't want him to.
I did not say that. I said
Okay,
yes.
hold on.
No, but
Hold on. He's talking, then you talk. Let him speak. Don't interrupt.
Guys, come on.
Okay.
When you were speaking, why not?
She said no.
Okay, you'll defend yourself once he's done.
We're not going to talk over each other. That's not what civilized.
Okay, so she said no.
She said no. I said, "Are you for sure?"
Okay.
She said, "Yes, I want him to leave the property." I said, "Are you certain for sure? Do you want him to leave?" "Oh no." I said, "So I'm gonna call the police because he's causing a nuisance in the lobby area.
Okay.
Because he can't be in a common area unless he's gonna be in your apartment. That's totally different."
So, okay.
So somehow she locked herself out of the door. So
Okay.
we had to come back down here to go retrieve the key.
Okay.
We get down here to the lobby area. Her boyfriend comes charging towards her, and we actually try to get in the middle of it. So I told Artisha to go get the key so she can go back into her unit.
Okay.
The boyfriend actually came after her, and Paul was walking towards there. And then I just said, enough is enough. Police need to be called. She said she don't want police to be called. But when it's in a common area and something happened like that, my safety is the residents first.
Correct.
We have residents out here, filming and all this stuff going on in the lobby area and causing the nuisance. I called because based on we still have him walking around the property, and we need to have.
So where is he at now?
Last time we saw him, he was on the ground level.
Okay.
Okay. So what? You just want to get into your. You just want to get into your apartment.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, but you
Time out. Let me talk. Okay.
I feel very
What's your name? Courtney? Okay,
Yes.
Courtney.
why do you have something against me, man? I'm just trying to
Who has nothing against you?
It seems like
We're
you
trying to
like
talk.
me.
So you just want to get back in your apartment. Unfortunately, he can't be here in the property.
That is totally fine.
Okay. So
he's been literally.
So then
sleeping in my
what we're
elevator
gonna do
without
is
permission.
gonna fine him so he can leave the property, and you get back to your apartment. What else do you
I
need?
was told I was going to get a chance to speak.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Now's your turn.
Are you gonna listen?
Go ahead. Did he say something wrong?
Yes. Yes, they're all three here. Okay, so.
Can she get back to her apartment?
Hold on. It took me a long time to let them talk to me, so hold on. No, can you please just listen?
Just talk to them. I'm gonna talk to him.
It's 22.
Okay. So for sure she lives here and everything. So,
Yeah, she
so
lives
you
here.
guys
She lives
you're gonna get it back in their apartment.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That's it. And
yeah.
then you guys are gonna come with us so we can follow this guy over here.
Yeah.
So you're going up with her?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going over there.
Now, does he live here? Have you seen him before?
Yeah. He sometimes he come visit.
So as far as you know, he doesn't stay here
He
full time.
doesn't stay here. He doesn't stay here. But
Okay, so does he have key? Does he have a key, or you don't know?
No, he don't have a key. But she initially comes down sometimes after they have a physical dispute. You guys been called out multiple times for this issue. So she, the management already been notified already about multiple incidents.
Is she a tenant or is she owns?
She's a renter.
Okay, and is your managed property
They
going to do
already
something
know,
about
they
it?
already issue her fines. They already issue her eviction.
So when is that going to happen?
They already served her already. They served her already, but
So what are we waiting on? So
the thing is, when he comes in, they make a big confrontation.
No, but what's happening with the eviction? Why is she not out yet?
I think they're still in the process. They just served her Wednesday.
Okay.
But the thing is,
How long does she have after they serve her?
I really don't know. I have to check them out. But the thing is, I can't have them tussling and everything in a lot.
No. Okay.
I want to be like exonerated, I guess, of like anything wrong. And I want him, okay, the police are here. I want a restraining order against Christian Gonzalez. Because, no, I'm serious. Can I do that? Okay, but how can I make myself first? Because I know him and he would do it. How can I make myself first?
175 Northwest First Avenue. 175 Northwest
Is
First
he already
Avenue.
on the way?
Why do we know? We don't even know who he is. How do we know that?
The question is,
Have you been drinking today? Have you any medications today? Or
listen,
Okay, they're listening.
who's on the phone with you?
Just my dad.
Okay. Well, let me
Which I think is reasonable.
let me explain to you something with your dad on the phone, so you can hear me. You asked me, can I get a restraining order against him? I answer you, we don't issue those. That's through court. You asked me, I need to get one before him. I told you, the only way is for you to get to court. Then you asked me, is he on the way already? I asked you, I don't even know how he looks like. You understand? It's your questions that are making much of an
I am. Right now, like, I have not always been a victim, but like right now, I'm a freaking victim of the situation. I'm scared to go to school to walk my dogs. I just walked them and I told him, you don't have a chance, and now all of a sudden this is all happening.
Okay.
What's his name?
Where's the gentleman that's going to take her up to the police?
Christian?
Please, just like, don't. He's got my own apartment.
I'm getting
They already have the key to take her up to the apartment. They're going to take her up to the apartment. We're going to go with him to see what this guy's at so we can trespass her. That's it.
Would it be okay if we all talk to my father? Because he is my attorney.
So he
Can you please answer me?
he says he doesn't live here.
I know, but he has belongings here. He has belongings in there. He has belongings in there with you, right? He has property.
All over the place.
So he has property in your apartment.
In my apartment, yes, that I pay $10,000 a month for, that he does pay zero for.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what do you want us to do?
So I will have, I really, like, I will happily, I don't care what happens, I just don't,
Okay.
I don't want to ever
Courtney,
have to
let
deal
me
with
answer
this
this. For how long has it been sleeping in the apartment with you?
At this apartment, I mean, we moved in together technically like 2 months ago, but it was
2
my
months ago.
name. It was my name.
Forget about whose name is it. That's not the question I'm asking. Okay? That's irrelevant. It really
Okay, I
is.
need to calm down.
Okay? Listen to me. Answer my questions, please. Does he have property in the room, in the apartment with you? A lot of property, you said. He's been with you here for about 2 months, right?
Yes.
On and off, or
On and off, or
sleeping for 2 months every day?
Staying with you for 2 months here with
Yes.
you?
Yes. Except for last week, he wasn't working.
Let me let you know something. He lives here. That person lives in that apartment with you. Okay, we cannot trespass anybody that lives in this place. So we can by law we cannot do this.
I know, I understand, and that's why I said, I mean, so frazzled, I can't believe
If you want, you can answer your dad. I don't know if instead of Florida law, but that's the way it works.
No, I understand, and that's why I do understand, and that is why I said, can I get a restraining order and get there first?
Listen, my
Because
answer
I have a
was, I
feeling
already
he's
answered that.
crazy
You
enough
got
to go.
it. Just go to the court. Explain to them what happened.
Monday morning, 8 o'clock.
Explain to them what you need. And they grant it to you or not, I tell them. You have to see a judge in court. Those type of restraining orders are granted by a judge.
So what can I do to be safe now? For my 2 dogs and I, what can I do?
Okay, explain to me why you don't feel safe.
I'm not comfortable.
Explain to me why you don't feel safe.
What am what?
Why is it that you don't feel safe with him? Has he threatened you? Was there any type of physical violence to you?
Yes, that's not really like my concern. It's just that like people just stop us. They're stalking me. My mom was here for a week telling me she caught him in the little couch. Like I have like a couch in my elevator room, and it's like turned sideways. And he like was sleeping in there, and she went outside, and she was like, what's moving in there? And she pulled it, and she was like, oh, there's skin. And she goes,
you want this person to completely disappear from your life. At the same time, you have him in your apartment for 2 months with a ton of stuff in him.
But no, I know.
There's a process for this. You need to.
That's
the person needs to.
As a woman.
Other their belongings. What is it saying? Is you want to leave?
Can I talk to you a second?
Yeah.
Hold on. Come on. Go ahead and speak in the park. Okay. Okay, sir, so who's going to come with us to see if he's in the property, and then who's going to go with her?
Our teacher, take her up to the unit because I feel more comfortable. Then Paul can actually go. I can go to the front desk and give you that.
Last time I saw him, he was trying to get access to the parking garage elevators. I don't know if he went up, but I saw him getting into the elevator.
Where are we going? He's not in the apartment. He's not in the apartment. She's going up to her apartment. He's not there.
Can't go up.
Oi. He doesn't have a key to the apartment to go up, so he never.
We're gonna check real quick and then make sure that she's okay. So she can go to her apartment.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Just give me a minute.
So like a fob or anything, you gotta.
That's the thing. 1 second. Kimbrell, let me get 22.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I bet you dropped it at my door or something.
The valet guy said it was on the garage.
The last spot I did see him on the camera was the ground floor where the storage is for residents.
Well, maybe that is, but he came up to like the elevator. He was rolling a joint in my freaking like door.
Oh no.
I said, "Are you serious?"
Floor 22. Okay.
Like this absolutely. I just.
Which way do we go?
It's right here. I don't think he's in there.
Hi, baby.
Oh, mom does. Okay. Hey, baby, come. No. They don't bite anybody. They just talk a lot. Come on, dude. It's all good, dude. Oh goodness. No worries. And this is so embarrassing. The apartment's a freaking mess.
I'm not sure exactly where the back door is.
This is it?
That's how we send like the members to the back door.
Oh.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, they're in front of that.
The computers were showing him on the ground floor where only residents have access to. Residents, they put their...
The ground floor where we were at? Is that what it is?
No,
or
the
one
ground
floor below, right?
It looks like a bunch of storage units right down there.
All right.
Look, this gentleman, he lives here. This person by law, he lives here.
This is my second time seeing him, and this is the second time I've seen them.
This is going on. When somebody lives in a place for more than
30 days,
30 days, and they have belongings there, they have to get evicted. So we can't trespass this guy for
anything. Unless there's something physical going on.
Right. Or court ordered.
Correct.
Yep.
So vamos. Yeah.
By the units.
All right.
That's what we're talking.
So do you have that eviction paperwork?
Yeah, in the management office they have that.
So as far as you know, the eviction came from the management office. It wasn't anything done through the courts.
No, it's done through the courts, and the copy was provided to the management office.
They're getting evicted.
Yeah, they owe about like 4 months rent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the first notice that
No,
they
this
received?
is second notice.
Second notice.
Because it's two different things. Management giving a letter saying we're going to evict you, and then an order signed by the judge
No,
saying...
it was a process server that delivered to them.
This is a process. This is multiple notices, multiple contacts.
Right.
When then the final eviction is actually done by Miami-Dade County Police Department. When they get to actually get to be here and evict people from back.
Okay.
Which usually doesn't get to that. They realize that they put a paper on their door like this is the day that you're getting kicked out with police.
Right.
They leave before that day. So before that, after that happens, they get kicked out by police. It's like we can come in and we can give them a trespass warning for being in the property that they're not supposed to be anymore.
Correct.
Not until then we can do that.
Right. At this point, unfortunately, this guy,
Both of them.
her as well, have they can't be trespassed from here because they live here.
No, but I'm saying if he's hanging out in the lobby area,
Remember,
he's considered a tenant because he has clothes up there.
Correct.
Staying up for two.
If it's in the lobby area and that's a violation of you guys' management procedures of the building, that is not a criminal offense to do. That's a violation of you guys',
right.
If he makes a big deal out of it, we'll help out because, it's definitely a dispute. We respond for disputes as well.
Okay.
We cannot enforce your procedure of somebody being in the lobby or not.
Yeah, the thing is,
That's on you. That's the building.
When they came down, when she came down, he went charging at her.
That's fine.
That's my whole.
Right. But she didn't mention none of that until she says she wants to do something about it that's where we step in where it's a criminal activity, but she needs to mention something about that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we can't do anything.
Okay. All right.
Like my partner said, if he's here and you guys don't allow it, you let him know. You can call us back. We'll come back, explain that to him.
Okay.
But technically, we cannot tell him, hey, you're not welcome here anymore because he lives here.
Okay.
Look how it works. Even if it's sitting there, sleeping there for 3 days, we cannot remove it from him.
Right.
He lives here, man. We cannot. It's like you sleeping in your backyard.
Right.
It's like technically, police can come in and remove you from your backyard. It's messed up because you shouldn't be backyard. It's the same thing with him. He'll be violating you guys' rules, not Florida statute. He's not breaking any laws.
Right.
When it gets physical, then you can report it. She can report it wherever. We'll get their statement and
Right.
do what we gotta do.
Right. Hopefully it doesn't reach that point that he gets physical with you guys or with her, and then that's where we step in.
Okay. All right.
Clear?
All right.
Okay. All right. No problem.
Oh, yeah.
34. Not a case number. We can provide.
To go back over some of what you just heard, there were a few problems going on there. She was locked out of her apartment. Kristen had been sleeping on one of the couches there in the lobby, at least on and off for a bit. For some reason, she came out of the apartment and down to the lobby, at which point he charged at her, and the staff there at the apartment had to separate them. From what it sounded like, there was no physical violence past that. The staff was concerned about both the dispute that happened as well as him sleeping there in the lobby. When police turned to talk to Courtney, she's on the phone with her father, who's listening in on the entire exchange. She says she is afraid of him and that she hasn't been a victim in the past, but this time she was. She also in there says that she wants him out of the apartment and wants a restraining order against Christian, but also says she wants it before he goes and gets one. That is a bit odd. A lot of people think that a restraining order or a order of protection keeps only one party away and from contacting the other party. Those orders are not a one-way street. Neither party would be able to contact each other. If you took out one of those orders and contacted the other party involved, you would essentially be breaking that order. I think she believed this as well. Police explained that they couldn't kick him out of the apartment because he was a resident there. Something like this happens a lot with calls that are similar. A caller might believe that because police were called to the scene that they can say something and the officers will be able to just make somebody immediately move out of the place. That doesn't work either. I would venture guess that people have a level of protection from being removed from a place that they live at in just about any state, and if someone wanted to have them removed, They would have to file a formal eviction notice, which would give them a certain amount of time to get out before authorities come and remove both the person and their belongings. This was also explained to the employees there in the lobby once police came back down from Courtney's apartment. What they were saying about him sleeping in the lobby was also true. Christian lives in the building. If they don't want him in the lobby, they have to address it, but he isn't breaking any laws by being there. Moving on past this, 2 days later, from what police have said, they were at least back to a somewhat normal spot again, and were inside the apartment playing with their dogs. According to police, around 1:15 p.m., Christian left the apartment with their dogs and Courtney stayed back at the apartment to do a live Instagram video. The timeline release shows that she called him on the phone at 4:01. After that, she did the live video. At 4:33, she called him again. He was walking in the apartment at about the same time she was calling him. He arrives back with some sandwiches from Subway. I'm guessing somewhere in there they started arguing. 10 minutes later, Courtney calls her mom. That call lasted around 6 minutes. She then almost immediately calls her mom back. That call lasted till 4:56 p.m. 1 minute later, at 4:57 p.m., she calls 911. This is that call.
One operator down. What is the address of your emergency?
We're now going to go.
Okay, ma'am, please.
3101. It's 130, so 130.
Ma'am, listen to me. You need to stop screaming on the line and give me the address.
3101. You're going to die. I can't feel my arm. 3101. I can't feel my arm.
Ma'am.
My boyfriend is dying of a staff.
Ma'am, what is the address?
What's that? What's the address, baby? 3131. 3131, Northeast 7 Tab. Please, God, please. Come see my house.
Ma'am, is this a house apartment or a business?
127452582.
Is this a house apartment or a business?
Baby, I'm so sorry. Baby.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
If you have a stab wound to his shoulder, can you sit down?
What do you mean he has a stab wound on his shoulder, ma'am?
Yeah, he's bleeding from his shoulder.
Rescue, this is PD position 2. You call it, ma'am, hold on one moment. The caller advice the address is 3131 Northeast 7th Avenue, 31 Northeast 7th Avenue. The phone number is verified. The caller advice that her boyfriend has a stab wound. Okay, is this a house, apartment, or a business?
Listen, please, God, please, God. Please, God,
Listen, ma'am. I'm sending help. I need you to tell me exactly what happened. I'm sending help. How old is he? Ma'am, how old is he? Is he awake? Hello? Hello? PD, are you still on the line? Yes, she's still on the line. She didn't provide a room number or anything. No, did she tell you where he was stabbed at? She said he was stabbed on his shoulder. Okay. Do you know if there's more than one wound? No, she didn't say. She just kept screaming on the line saying that he was dying, that he needed help, and she kept apologizing. But we do have a call at that same address in reference to a fight that happened. The room number could possibly be 2201, because we already have a call that 2 people are fighting inside of that room. So they're possibly related. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and give her a call back, but we do have rescue on the way, okay? Okay, thank you. Is PD responding on the 3? Yes, we're responding on the 3. Alrighty, thank you. You're welcome.
As you could tell from the call, Courtney was frantic. You could also hear Christian in the background. It's believed that the words you heard there on the call with him, that those were his last words. Police got to the scene within 7 minutes and found Christian with a stab wound to his shoulder area. Courtney claimed the stabbing happened out of self-defense. Various evidence was gathered and her statement was taken. She said that she had thrown the knife at him and that it struck him in the shoulder. At the time, police believed it to be self-defense and let her go. After that, the local DA investigated all the findings, but also added in what the medical examiner found. The report from the examiner stated that Christian suffered a stab wound to the shoulder area, and it had cut an artery, causing him to bleed out. The manner in which the knife entered his shoulder contradicted what Courtney said had happened. The report states that the knife was plunged into him in a downward motion and pierced him a little over 3 inches deep. With the past domestic violence issues, as well as new information about how he was stabbed, and some other info that hasn't been released from her phone, a warrant was issued for her arrest. This process took a couple months to compile. During that time, she entered a rehab facility in Hawaii for substance abuse. She was taken into custody there and then extradited back to Florida where all this happened. She's been charged with second-degree murder. The trial for this hasn't happened yet, but both prosecutors and Courtney's defense attorney have already started talking to media to put their own slant on what happened. Prosecutors believe Courtney murdered Christian, and the defense believes it's self-defense. This should be an interesting trial, and I will certainly be one to keep up with it. Well, that's going to be it for this one. I'll be talking a bit more about this over at the podcast discussion group on Facebook. Pop in over there and let me know what your thoughts on it are. Give me any theories you might have, and let me know if you think she's guilty or not. Follow the show on all social media, all of which have links listed below in the show notes. You can also head over to patreon.com/MusicCity911 for ad-free episodes, as well as bonus episodes that are strictly for supporters there on Patreon. Head over to MusicCity911.com to pick up some Music City 911 gear, or to send me a donation to buy me a beer. It still gets kind of hot here in Tennessee in October, and I'm a bit thirsty. Above all else, be sure to share the show with anyone you think might want to listen to it. And if you like the show, make sure to leave a glowing review and a 5-star rating. Until next time, for Music City 911, I'm Brandon, and y'all have a good one.